Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Han, and I just want to show you how to do this vocabulary activity, which is one of your tasks that you need to complete this week. Now, this vocabulary activity is similar to things you've seen before, but it has two parts with slightly different instructions. So I wanted to make sure you know exactly what to do. So let's read the instructions for part one. Use one of the websites in the box below, that's this green box right here, to find example words containing this week's roots and affixes. If you're unable to find a root or affix in one of the websites, then use the other website. See, you have two here. Record an example word and definition in the box, and then write an original sentence using your example word. Watch this video for detailed instructions, and that's the video I'm talking on right now. So here you have either roots, prefixes, or suffixes. Remember, a root is the main, most important base part of a word. It can stand alone, or it can just be the main part of a word. Then a prefix, like the one down here, D, goes on the beginning of a word, whereas a suffix would be like ing or ous that you add to the end of a word, like sleeping, ing. We don't have any suffixes this week. Our first root is magin, M-A-G-N, and when a word has magin in it, it has to do with great or large, something that is great or large. So first I've given you a class example word and sentence. My word is magnate, and that's a wealthy person with great influence, especially in business. Here's a sentence using the word magnate. My grandfather was considered an oil magnate as he founded one of the wealthiest oil companies in the world. Now you need to go to one of the websites and find another example word that has magin in it, as well as a definition. Then finally, you need to write a sentence using your example word. You have two websites. Let me show you what they look like here. This one is the website learnthat.org. And what I like about this one is you have the alphabet right here. It's in alphabetical order. So I can click on the M and scroll down to M-A-G or M-A-G-N. So you can see it. There it is right there. Okay. Great or large. And over here, I've got magnify, magnate, magnificent. But you have another word, a word list here, a root website that you can use called Membean. And I like this one too. It's a little bit harder to find your word, but I like the way they organize it, and they call them root trees. And you can see the root that grows into all the different words. So I'm going to scroll down here to the M's. And again, if you can't find a word, just go to the other website and it'll be on one of the two. I've checked them all. So here's magin. It means large or great. If I click on it, I can see that the root is right here. And then here are all the words that come off of it, right? And the yellow is all words that have magin. And then the red are their featured Membean website words, which I don't think really means anything spectacular there. So you might click on magnificent. And here's the definition. Something that is magnificent is grand, impressive, amazing, or really great. So you would go over here, you might type magnificent, and then something that is grand or really great. And then you could use an example sentence. Mrs. Han is truly, oh my goodness, I can't spell today, truly a magnificent teacher. Don't we know that is the truth, right? So that's how you do that part of the assignment. All right, let's go down to part two. Part two is actually vocabulary words. So for vocabulary words, what you're going to do is you're going to use one of the websites below to find synonyms and antonyms for each vocabulary word. Then find a sentence on the internet that uses that vocabulary word. This will show you different ways the word can be used. Finally, write your own original sentence using the vocabulary word. So first, I'm going to go to these websites over here in the left on the green box, and that's where I find synonyms and antonyms. Let's do our last one, despondent, just for fun. Despondent means in low spirits with no hope or courage. And that's an adjective, meaning it should describe a person, place, or thing. In this case, most likely a person. So I'm going to go to thesaurus.com and I'm going to type in despondent. And then what comes up are all these orange words. The bright orange words are the best synonyms, and then the light ones are synonyms that are okay but aren't as closely related, like in a blue funk, not the best synonym. Whereas discouraged is an awesome synonym. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to write discouraged in my synonym box. Now, antonym, where do I find that? If I go back here to thesaurus.com, antonyms are actually right below the synonyms. They're in gray. So cheerful is an antonym of despondent. So I can go back here and I can write cheerful. Okay. Now, sentence from the internet. You can just go to the internet and you can type despondent in a sentence. But what I found is there are a lot of websites that have super high vocabulary sentences, sometimes that are really difficult to understand, or they take them from classic novels, which are way above some of your reading levels. I love this website, wordsinasentence.org or .com, excuse me. So I'm going to click on that. So when I go to wordsinasentence.com, I'm going to type despondent. Someone's texting me there. Hope you can't see that. Okay, despondent. Wait for it to pop up down here. See how it says despondent in a sentence? If you just press enter, you may not find the correct page. So it'll pop up right here, despondent in a sentence. I'm going to click on that. And then I've got all these sentences here, and they're usually really student-friendly, reader-friendly, right? The man on the talk show was despondent about his son's death. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I can really just copy that. I can go back here to sentence from the internet. I can paste it right there. But now I want you to practice using your own sentence, okay? And I'm going to underline that just to make it nice and easy to see. You now have read a couple sentences that use despondent. I want you to write your own, showing that you can use this word in a sentence. Okay, last, if you want to challenge yourself, we have a little challenge opportunity down here. Using these 5 vocabulary words, can you write just one sentence using all 5? I might throw in a bonus point if you can do that. Okay, guys, so that's how you do the vocabulary for this week. You'll have another vocabulary that's similar next week if we don't go back to school. So I miss you guys. You've been on my mind. I hope you're doing great. Please, I'm just an email away, so let me know if you have questions or if you're not sure what to do, if you're having technological difficulties, and I will help you figure it out. All right, have an awesome day.